and welcome to today's episode of Show Me Your Stack. Today I'm going to be interviewing Lauren from Squad 4, who brings a plethora of knowledge in the HubSpot ecosystem as well as lifecycle marketing. So let's shuffle up and check out what's in today's guest tech stack. Hello, welcome to another episode of Show Me Your Stack. Today I'm so excited to be interviewing Lauren Guillory. She brings such a fun and dynamic side to the podcast. I'm really excited to hear what is in her tech stack. So Lauren, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, thank you so much for having me, Ashley. This is really fun. I am a lifecycle marketing manager, so I really focus on acquisition and post-acquisition retention strategies. My specialty is really just helping startups optimize their customer journey. So in my current role as the marketing delivery lead at Squad 4, I set strategy and deliver execution for clients across diverse industries.
Awesome. And you're a DJ, right?
Yes. Yes, I am.
I love that. I love that. We'll have to see what's in your tech stack. Maybe that's a little surprise for us.
Yeah, sure.
Awesome. All right. With that said, let's go ahead and dive in. So I'm going to have you tell me about your top 5 tech stack tools, starting with number 5. What comes in for you?
Number 5 for me is Loom. This was net new for me before I started at Squad 4, and I love it. It is a total game changer for communication. If you're not familiar with it, it's a tool where you can record screen recordings and just have like your little face as a bubble, and you can be explaining what's going on the screen in real time. And it just really helps with cutting down on meetings and being able to add a lot more color for us when we are communicating with clients. It's just been a game changer for us to try to troubleshoot if they have issues or provide more context if we implemented a kind of complex strategy. We had one client who was just really excited about it. So it's been a great tool for us.
I agree. I had not used it pre-supered either. And I love it. I can't imagine not having it. So definitely have to agree with you there. What comes in at number 4?
Number 4 for me is ClickUp. I was actually a diehard Asana person, and I didn't think that I would ever really go to the dark side, but I love ClickUp now. I think there's so many capabilities as a project management tool. It's how we stay organized as a high growth team. We use it internally and also externally, and it helps us just manage our own bandwidth amongst ourselves and then also manage our bandwidth with clients. We pull it up on meetings and we can kind of point to where we're at in our different sprints, and that's how we run our weeks. And so if there are ad hoc requests that are coming in from clients, or even for me managing marketing at Squad 4, it's a lot easier for me to be able to prioritize what to do next because we already have a roadmap of how we feel like our day-to-day is going to go by week. So I love it. It's great. I use it also for setting strategy for Squad 4, setting our marketing strategy, because it can be a central source of truth since they have the whole document element where you can slice it up and make tasks out of the document. It's a lot easier for us to stay on one singular roadmap and be able to actually get some traction.
I love that. And the dancing unicorn, like
Obviously.
Just little.
Yes.
Like their branding is so fun. Like you, I was an Advent Asana user for years. And then Trello, and then back to Asana, and ClickUp has been really fun with the branding and the amount that you can do in it. So awesome. All right. What do you have for us at 3?
Number 3, I'm going to have to go with Supered. This was another thing that was net new for me as I was working at Squad 4, and it is, I love this series that you're doing, not only because it highlights individual tech tools, but that we can also talk about how the tools can layer on each other for maximum impact. And the way that Supered integrates with HubSpot is just really a dream. As I've been working with some pretty complex clients and setting these really large scale CRM implementations, it's been really helpful to use Loom with Supered in order to just explain what we built and solve for user adoption going forward. We've had clients who are just really excited about it, and it's fun to see them really run with what we've implemented and know that we can kind of send them on their way and that they can be self-sufficient.
I love that. That's awesome. All right, where are we at with number 2?
Number 2 is HubSpot. I'm going to be specific about Marketing Hub, but I really live in forms, emails, landing pages, and reporting. Like that's really kind of where my job role has me hanging out. So the fact that I can have everything all in one place is obviously really exciting. And I feel like I don't need to sell this audience on HubSpot. So I'm just going to talk more about why I love HubSpot as a company. For me personally, my journey in finding HubSpot, I was working in a role where I just didn't have a lot of resources. And so I started looking around for how I could become more educated specifically on reporting. And I found a HubSpot Academy course, and it was so empowering. And right from there, I just really became a HubSpot advocate and now have wound up building my career around HubSpot. But I think that journey really speaks to the way that inbound marketing should be, that you want to solve for your target audience's pain points first, educate, and really just deliver solutions without really expecting anything in return. So that was, I'm just a huge HubSpot advocate. Another thing that I'll say about it is just, I appreciate now that HubSpot is HIPAA compliant. Healthcare is something that is really near and dear to my heart. And I think that the way that HubSpot is taking on these like larger kind of existential issues and being able to compartmentalize and deliver tools that I think are going to push society forward is something that I'm a fangirl for life.
I'm with you. I'm really excited to see what happens with healthcare in the HubSpot merge too. I feel like they're the next big organization to really go through that digital transformation. A lot of healthcare records are still on, you go to the doctor and you're filling out this paper form and it's like, what in the heck is happening here? And someone is manually entering that. Like that's wild. And so I'm so excited to see what automations come with this and that next transformation there. So.
And in terms of delivering personalized healthcare, I think that's something that HubSpot is going to open the door. Also, I think I'm a big advocate for functional medicine and being able to just take your health into your own hands. And I think now that we have a HubSpot that can be integrated into healthcare, it really opens the door for being able to kind of choose your own adventure when it comes to managing your own health. So, tangent.
Right. Yeah. No, I love it. I think that's an awesome perspective. And really excited to watch that sector transform. All right. What do you have at number 1 then? You're probably using this tool multiple times a day, I'd guess.
Yes, it is
Okay.
my best friend. It is ChatGPT. I was totally one of those people when it came out that I saw a demo of it and I just thought, oh no, like this is what I have spent my whole career learning how to do. I was doing really technical writing at one point, coming up with marketing campaigns from scratch, and everything that I did was from scratch. And so when I first saw ChatGPT, it was kind of scary because I didn't know how to integrate it into my day-to-day. But now that I honestly just have a lot of fun with it. I have it call me a nickname. I'm the brand bandit. I try to just find fun and cheeky ways to work with it.
Hear
because I'm constantly in there. And if you can't beat them, join them. Like we're tight now.
Legit.
So
I'm here. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
There's just one trick that I use in ChatGPT that I feel like a lot of people don't know about, and it's setting the temperature. So you can set the temperature from between 0 to 1, so by decimal points. So with 0, you get like really expected, predictable answers. 0.1, you get a little bit more focused. 0.5 to 0.7 is where I usually hang out, and it's a moderate temperature, and it strikes a balance between creativity and consistency. And then once you get 0.7 to 1, it gives you like really creative off the wall responses, which is really good for like advertising or creating just more creative copy. So I really like that trick. I'm constantly telling it to set the temperature, and it's a good brainstorming tool. I'm not saying that I use ChatGPT for absolutely everything, but if writer's block almost feels like a thing of the past because of it, and I will use it every day forever.
Oh, I'm with you there. And I find myself saying thank you. At
Yeah,
the end, I'm like, wait, thank you. And it's like, you're welcome. Like,
I know, it's
okay,
really
but I hear
nice.
you.
I even like
It's
some
funny.
it can capture your personality as well, which I think applies to brands and maintaining brand voice, which has been really helpful, especially as we try to create messaging for clients. That's one of the first things that I do is try to understand who they are as a company and understand their why, and being able to incorporate that with AI across all of their content is it's helpful. It really is, and it actually is more of a human element.
Yeah, for sure. I writing is definitely not my strength. I am so envious of the amazing writers out there like you. My brain is definitely more on the analytical side, and so ChatGPT has been a really great resource for me to even cross-check like, hey, can you cross-check spelling and grammar? Like as simple as that. Do not change my voice, do not change anything besides spelling and grammar because I'm like, I mean, I went to school when it was like the MLA format books with
Yeah.
the
Oh
spec, you
yeah.
know? And I'm like, we didn't read those. Like, what the heck? And so I'm with you. It's an awesome support tool. So, all right, let me recap here. So, 5, we have Loom. 4, we have ClickUp. 3, Super. 2, HubSpot. And 1, ChatGPT. What, since you work in the startup world, what are you hearing about like whispers that you're like, I am stoked for this to launch? They're in an early phase startup. What are you hearing about?
I will say I don't have whispers of something coming. I have something that came recently that I'm really excited about, and that's Content Hub coming out of HubSpot. For a lot of the reasons that I just listed, the different tools that they have to make your content consistent and to really just kind of
Mm-hmm.
push the envelope with how you can remix your content, how you can use a brand voice tool to make sure that all of your content is consistent. There's another feature where it will narrate your blogs and actually turn them
Mm,
into audio, which is really
right.
helpful. You and I were chatting before this about how much content is required now to really stand out as a brand. And for me, seeing Content Hub, it looks like what the future of marketing is going to be,
Mm,
which is really being able to be cohesive, wrapping your arms around what you have, making it consistent, and then figuring out how to disseminate that information in multiple formats like that.
I love that. I share that same excitement with you too. So thanks for surfacing that. All right, last question for you. So you work for your CEO and you just had a VC knock on your door. What do you create?
Really think it would be interesting to have a a life cycle marketing hub aspect. I think that life cycle marketing is one of the areas that is just one step ahead of AI right now, and I think it's only a matter of time before AI kind of catches up to it and again enhances what a life cycle marketer is able to do. Some things that I think would
Mm-hmm.
be really interesting and probably are around the corner are automatically creating customer journey maps. I think if you use exclusively HubSpot, that you would be able to take all of the information, all of the different touch points. And for me right now, what I have to do is sit down with Miro and I have to like do little boxes and make sure that I've
Yeah.
accounted for every single touch point. You have to collaborate with other teams and make sure that you didn't miss anything. Like I think that we're probably right on the edge of a customer journey map
Mm,
being created automatically. I also think that having more of like a predictive customer behavior, someone who's going through the
yeah.
actual funnel and being able to anticipate what their next move is going to be based off of demographics and past information and past behavior. I think that's something that's probably coming. And then also
Mm,
just being able
like
to automatically personalize messages across channels, I think is something that would be really interesting as well. And again, I think we're really, really close to that. So I'm excited to see how that plays out.
I love that. Yeah, I'm like, as someone who's built, currently actually in the process of building an end user one, I'm like, 5-day follow-up, sure, let's try that, So I agree, a profiling AI lifecycle tool.
Yes, profile.
Okay.
Good word.
I love that. Well, thank you so much for your time. I am so excited for what you've shared with us today and your insights, and I'm looking forward to seeing these tools play out even more in your workflows. So,
yeah, thank you.
Let's shuffle up and show me your tech stack, where every episode is a high stakes reveal of the tools that are aces in our guest book, where chips are down and digital decks are on the table. Are you ready for the best in class tech? Let's deal these cards and see what comes up. Who's ready to double down on digital innovation with me?